Hi, today I'm going to talk about the journey out of trauma and the importance of doing the inner work. Once you are out of abuse, you still have to deal with the effects of trauma you're left with, and this can be very difficult. So many people think once you have moved away from the abuse, you can just continue with your life like nothing has happened. Some have the idea that trauma isn't going to affect you moving forward. Wrong. You can try and turn a blind eye to the trauma and suppress it, but I'm sharing with you from experience, it isn't going to work. The trauma will continue to present itself and show up in your life. If you suppress trauma, it's highly likely that it will launch you into a downward spiral, be it entering into another abusive relationship, depression, anxiety, self-harm, suicide, or you start masking trauma with drink, drugs, sex as a means to escape. But none of those things will make you feel good in the long run. They are negative patterns of behaviour and cause damage to your mind, body, soul, your spiritual self. I see this so many times. People don't give themselves a chance to breathe, to start healing, and to truly look at why they ended up in abuse and continue to allow themselves to be open to receive more trauma. Also, I hear people say, I've been single for years. Okay, I ask this question from a place of love. What have you actively been doing within that space and time of being single for years? Have you been doing the inner healing work? Or have you been wearing a mask of self-destruction which contributes to you being a victim or a survivor within your trauma, which stunts your growth and development and will continue to feed the pain and hurt as you obsess in your mind over and over again your trauma? So I will say again, have you created a space for you to breathe, to start healing? And within that space, have you truly looked at why you ended up in abuse and continue to open yourself up to receive more trauma? I was once that person, hence why I share honestly and openly from a place of lived experience without judgment. Many people still jump straight into the next relationship without exploring their patterns of behaviour. So the cycle of abuse continues. Yet again, the person in the cycle starts looking outwardly for someone else to fill them up with love, confidence, care, whatever it is they feel is missing from their lives to feel fulfilled, and they go on to believe that the new relationship is going to answer all their prayers and it will make them feel good and whole and happy. You need to get to the place where you love, care and truly value yourself, where you are making healthy choices for the betterment of your well-being, where you are able to identify, acknowledge, take ownership of what you need to look at and to learn from, and then flow through that process with action. Every step you make is taking you to a healthier, successful place and life. And through those steps, you will grow in confidence. You will grow in all areas of your life. And I'm not saying that by any means that the inner work, the healing process is easy. There is no easy fixes. It takes time and commitment to your healing journey. It is at times a roller coaster of emotions, and for many a very alien space to manoeuvre in, especially if a person has never engaged in the healing process. It's important to get the right professional or person to support you within your journey, as sometimes people need extra support from others as a tool to help them see more clearly. It's an ongoing process which over time will get better and easier as you learn to claim and use the tools and skills which will best aid you in your healing journey. If you have not yet got the tools or entered into the journey, you are going to be off balance. You will be open to being led and manipulated by others who may not have your best interest at heart, and you will be ill-equipped to deal with situations. I'm sure we have all experienced a person who loves to give advice, but the advice they give doesn't serve anyone's higher good. This is a classic example of why doing the inner work is so important, as you need to stand in a space of knowing who you are and what's best for you. It allows you to become critical of the situations and all people around you. You can ask yourself, is that person healthy for me? Is the person toxic to my life? Should they be in my life? Do I need to change my position, relationship with the person? And very importantly, why am I allowing them to stay in my life? Why am I giving this person so much power over me and the space to advise me? Why do I feel pressured to act on the advice given? Why am I acting on this advice? Your growth and healing process lies within you, and only you can do something about it. You know, I've heard many people advise someone to jump straight into another relationship by saying the abuser has moved on with someone else, so go for it. They will actively encourage you to adopt the same behaviour. Yes, the abuser does move on very quickly. When you get to know their behaviour pattern, it's normal for them to jump from one relationship to another. This isn't anything new. The truth is, they have usually already got their new supply. When I say supply, it means another person who will supply them with whatever their need is. So I ask, do you need to follow their behaviour? No, you don't want to get into tit for tat. That is not healthy and conducive to your healing. And do you want to take advice from someone who themselves may have the same behaviours going from one relationship to another, and it always ends so badly for them, but yet here they are advising you to do exactly that? You really don't want to be taking on unhealthy advice. Find a professional, counsellor, or someone you trust who is capable of supporting you in your healing journey and who wants you to fulfill your full potential. It's so imperative that you start to work on changing your behaviour pattern and stop reacting from a place of trauma. Work on having a healthy, fulfilling relationship with yourself, filled with love, care, laughter, amazing experiences, building positive memories, growing in confidence. And show up, be secure in the knowledge of knowing that you identify, acknowledge, own, and act on what you need to change about yourself and within your life. If you don't, you will continue to react from the place of trauma instead of responding by choice. Self-care is so important. Yes, get your hair, nails done and treat yourself, but don't forget, alongside that, your inner work is so important. Work on your inner light and don't let anyone dim it. Beauty comes from within. Peace comes from within. Don't underestimate the power of your intuition. Everything you need is here. It's within you. Feed your inner light. Go for walks in nature, sitting by the water, run a bath, put oils in it, light a candle, play relaxing music, dance, sing, meditate, even have a Reiki session. Whatever self-care looks like for you, it's important that you make the time to do it. A good and simple activity you can do. This is what actually Alice Smith's done for me, and I found it so useful. Go and get a pen and paper and write 20 things down you used to love doing. My list had ice skating, roller skating, being in nature, going on holiday, dancing, etc. So when you've written your list, next to each one, write down when was the last time you done that activity. For me, roller skating was like 30 years ago. So after you've completed it, circle 2 activities which you will do and state the time frame you will complete the activities in. It's a great way to start reintroducing fun things back into your life which you enjoy. If you need a gentle push to achieve what you've decided to do off your list, message me and let me know what you are doing and within what time frame, and I'll happily be your accountability buddy. So I will be checking on how it went. Remember, you've got this. I believe in you. Love and light. Thank you for listening.